up, everyone? Welcome to the Sports and Bullshit Podcast. That's Pauly P. I'm Jesse D. Let's get it going. We're going to get right into the Chug predictions because I'm fucking super excited. F-bomb material. Your boy won. Finally won this week. 1-3. But guess what? Pauly has to chug.
Yeah. That's cool. You know, I'm down for that. You know, that was a deal that we had, and it actually feels good for once that, you know, I get to chug and you get to watch since you just suck at these Thursday picks. So
Can't wait, and I don't mind drinking.
You got one, right? So, listen, I'm gonna show you how you really chug.
Here we go.
Straight out the can.
You better not. You better not come up for air.
Right.
You better not gasp, because I'm roasting you if you gasp.
Damn, it's been
don't come up.
It's actually been a minute. I shouldn't talk shit about this.
Titanic, baby. Don't come up for air.
All right, you ready? Let's go.
There it is. It's been a minute. Don't take a break. Don't take a break. He's struggling. Oh, he took a break. It ain't that easy when you get older.
These are ice cold, bro.
Yep, that's what we like.
These are ice cold. This guy gave me an ice cold beer. He set me up for sabotage.
That's what he asked for. He said, "Are those cans colder?"
Ooh, damn.
And I said, "Yes, they are."
It definitely hits different in your 30s.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Damn.
How about your 40s? Check. 40s. 40s is a whole nother level. All my 40s out there, you know what the deal is. This shit hits different.
Damn, it really does.
We got 3. You ain't even done yet. He was roasting me?
Damn.
Oh, my God. Drinking out the solo cup.
Yeah, I feel bad for talking
shit
shit
now. I got a red cup, red solo cup. How's that shit go? I forgot the words of that song. I roasted that one. Are you not done yet? Oh, my God.
I got fucking
Let's
brain freeze
go,
right
bro.
now.
Nobody gets brain freeze from a beer that's been sitting out for 30 minutes.
It's not
Come
been
on.
sitting out for 30 minutes. This thing's ice cold. You see, like, the...
We got to shout out to the Green Olive store down the street, the bodega, they call it on the, at the end of the block. Nothing in that place is ice cold. I promise you that. There it is. Oh, respect. All right. Can we get a little respect about the chugging now?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not gonna break your balls anymore about that. So, sheesh.
We got the guest button.
Yeah,
You guys are in for a treat. All right, so now that you're done losing,
woo!
it's your pick for this week, my friend.
So this is what we're going with on Thursday
Got
night.
Chicago Bears
Thursday night.
plus 6.5 against the Washington Commanders on the road. Out of the screen over here, this guy. What is he doing?
Thursday night.
Oh!
The Bears. We're going with the Bears, and we are taking the 6.5 with the Bears to get their first win. And I think they're going to win straight up, but we are going to take the 6.5.
You think they're going to win straight up?
Yeah, I do, but we are going to go with the 6.5 just to play it safe. But we're going with the Bears Thursday night.
I like it. I'll take Commanders minus 6.5. I think they're going to come up. They're coming off a bad loss to the Eagles. Go Birds! It was a tough loss. They were expected to lose that game. They fought hard. I think they're going to be pissed off. But I'm a believer in Fields. I still will. I'm standing by Justin Fields because I got a lot of his cards. Yeah. And I have a lot of money invested. So, Justin Fields, you played well and keep it going.
Definitely. I definitely think the Bears.
Dope-ass jersey. Where'd you get that from?
Yours truly, signed icon, baby.
Signed icon. Downtown West Palm Beach. Free plug.
Yeah, this is an Urlacher jersey, too. This is super
clean.
This is
clean. Looks good on you, man. How much? What's the ticket?
Where is the ticket on this?
It might have been on the hanger. It's $40. It's yours right now. Cash.
Wow. Look at that.
Cash.
Look at that. Hey, listen, I'll tell you, it's not as bad as wearing a Giants jersey. I'll tell you that.
Got that right. What about them Giants?
Man.
Overpaid, overlaid.
Listen, I told you guys that the Giants are in some serious trouble, and it's beyond that. It's really beyond that. And, you know, a lot of people are giving DJ a lot of scrutiny about this $40 million a year contract. And listen, it is definitely something to definitely have an argument about that. They definitely prematurely paid him and way too much. But in the only defense for Daniel Jones is that O-line is atrocious. But
it's the same for Zach Wilson, right? So we can agree on that. I would think that, like, if you're gonna if contracts are completely different. Danny Dimes and Zach Wilson, completely different contracts. Guy got paid. They both have atrocious offensive lines, and they're both getting worked. And I would say that Zach Wilson played better than Danny Dimes on Sunday.
Zach Wilson definitely played a lot better than Danny Dimes. Zach Wilson also was the first quarterback ever to have better stats than Patrick Mahomes in any game that Patrick Mahomes went head up to any quarterback.
I mean, that's crazy. What,
I mean,
what I would say.
And that would
Hit
be
me with
Zach
the knowledge,
Wilson.
kid. Hit me with the knowledge.
It's true. It's a true stat. And that's crazy that Zach Wilson did that, opposed to the Jalen Hurts, the Josh Allens, Herbert, et cetera, as the list goes down with more elite quarterbacks. But, in the fact of going back to the Giants, DJ and Zach Wilson comparison, listen, Zach Wilson, in my opinion, they have a better offense than the Giants. They have a 10 times better defense than the Giants. Zach Wilson came out a little too cocky. He threw his team under the bus, something that DJ has never done. I also think that Zach Wilson has thrown more interceptions than Daniel Jones, so I don't really say that that's the best comparison, but
it's not a comparison about how as a quarterback, right? It's a comparison about money, right? They paid that man.
Yeah.
They paid that man way too much money.
Way too much money, way too quick on,
Barkley should get the bag.
Yeah,
Barkley
definitely.
should get the bag.
Barkley should have got the bag, and Daniel Jones getting the bag is a spit in Barkley's face.
Right.
How do you give a guy $40 million a year on a 4-year contract for having a subpar season just for making the playoffs when we all know that it was Barkley that took the Giants on his back and took them to the playoffs? I mean, the playoff win for the Giants was a huge milestone in Coach Dayball's career, but let's be real. As a Giants fan, they played Minnesota that has a trash defense historically and on a year-in and year-out basis. So it was an impressive win, but it wasn't like, wow, they beat somebody like the Niners or the Cowboys or the Eagles or,
Well, that's not happening.
Not happening, but it wasn't something to justify. We're going to pay this guy $40 million a year on a 4-year contract for one playoff win. One playoff win. I mean, listen, the Giants, you guys are in trouble. Big, big trouble. I mean, I'll be surprised if you guys win 5 games this year.
Yeah.
I mean, last night...
Tough schedule, too.
Tough schedule, and last night Seattle does not have one of the greater defenses in the NFL. It should have been a game where the Giants could have won and maybe had some hope, but after that loss last night, the Giants' season is over. It's completely over.
Wrap.
It's a wrap. I don't even look at them as a wild card team. What are you guys doing with Waller? He had 1 reception last night. 1. What'd you bring him in to block people? We don't need somebody to block people. We need a tight end to block people.
I mean,
we
I
need
thought
another threat down the field.
I thought that was one of the most overrated signings in the offseason. Everybody was hyping Waller so much, and I'm like, first of all, I mean, I thought it was because the guy can't stay healthy, right? That's what I thought in the beginning. But now seeing it, it's like you don't have a game plan for this guy.
None.
You
Zero.
don't have anything for this guy.
Zero.
And Breida is like a backup, but he's still capable, right? But you have no offensive line. Your starting left tackle's out. I mean, the Giants look in shambles, and I say, wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Lose. Who the fuck is the backup in New York? Can anybody tell me who the backup in New York City is?
I don't even know.
Exactly.
I really don't know.
We don't know. That's my point. Put him in.
Yeah, for real.
Put him in. Lose. Caleb Williams. What's up, dog? I do have a question for you. Would you like to be a Miami Dolphins fan?
Yes.
Instead of the Giants, you could come down here where you live in South Florida. It's time. They want you. Pauly P. They want you.
Absolutely not. And you want to know what? Since you brought it up, the Dolphins showed that they're frauds. They got exposed. They got exposed to one of the 5 top-tier teams that they play. They got Buffalo. They got the Ravens. They got Philly. They got Kansas City, and I believe they got Dallas. Those are their 5 toughest games. And after what I seen with Buffalo, and I picked Buffalo because I knew Buffalo was going to put the work on them, the Miami Dolphins will not beat any of those top-tier teams, especially after what they showed against Buffalo. They lost by 28 points after putting up a 70-burger. Let me tell you this. Miami Dolphins, you played subpar teams the first 3 games, and you guys were jumping for joy. A little too cocky. You put 70 up against the Denver Broncos, okay? The Denver Broncos. Then you beat the Chargers by 3, which Chargers, to my opinion, they're subpar. They're not really an elite team. And then you beat a New England team that is not the same New England traditional team over the years with Brady. You don't have an elite quarterback. Their defense is and who's really on offense? I mean, who? I'm telling you, the Dolphins showed their true colors. They are frauds. The AFC East is not the Dolphins anymore. It's the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills showed that. So the Dolphins, if you don't beat any of those top-tier teams, you guys are just as shit as the Giants.
So you think that going to Buffalo, like all of a sudden you think that like that makes the Dolphins trash? Like I disagree. I think they're supposed to lose that game. I think when you
By 28?
Okay, semantics, right? I think that when you chalk up the season in advance and you see the schedule, you say, "Oh, Miami Dolphins going to Buffalo is probably going to be an L," right? Does it matter how they lost? I don't think it matters how they lost, right? Josh Allen is coming into his own, but he's gonna fuck up. He's gonna do something, which he always does. The Jets are done, right? The Patriots are done. So it's a two-team race. And Josh Allen has just shown, I have more faith. See what happened with the Dolphins this week is they relied on what they've been doing the whole time. Tyreek Hill, let's get him in space. Let's like make plays for Tyreek Hill, and Tua puts it on a dime, right? Well, Buffalo's a good team. They got good coaching. They got a great defense. Well, they lost Tre'Davious White, right? Big hit. So now Dolphins are going to adjust, and they're going to readjust to what the Bills did. And I think it's going to be a battle. Now, I don't know who's going to win the division, and I'm not going to say who wins the division because I don't know. I think they're both really, really good football teams. But I think Buffalo showed the Dolphins their best moves, their best hit. They lost one of their best defensive players, and I think the Dolphins are still going to win that division. I really do.
Not a chance. Buffalo takes that division. Miami loses to every top-tier team. They got to play some tough teams in some tough places. Even the tough teams they play at home, the Miami Dolphins are not going to have answers. And like you just said, they base everything on Tyreek Hill. I don't think so because they have one of the fastest offense. They got Hill. They got Waddle. They got Raheem in the backfield. They got
the A-Chain scored two touchdowns. A chain.
They got who's
The
their
running
tight
back.
end now?
A-Chain. Oh, Smythe. It's Smythe.
Okay,
It's not relevant.
okay. So
They got Berrios, Braxton Berrios,
and he's not bad, but they
Yeah.
have a very fast,
Don't
explosive
forget they
offense.
lost Jalen Ramsey, and they're
But you
going to
want to know
get.
what?
They'll
That
get him
wouldn't
back.
even matter because Miami's averaging giving up 30 points a game.
Well, I think that would
30
matter.
points
Jalen
a
Ramsey
game.
is
You're
one of the best defensive backs in the league.
I honestly don't think that changes and that brings it down. If it brings it down a smidge, and they'll probably still give up 24 points a game. My thing is Miami's defense is not as elite as people are making it sound, especially you Dolphin fans. You guys were all on the Vic Fangio train. Vic Fangio's defense got shown up. Miami's got shown up. Miami got exposed. I'm telling you, you're going to play teams that have more experience than Miami, that are better coached than Miami, that have better defensive schemes than Miami. You think Miami goes into Philly, they're going to beat Philly? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
You think you think Miami's going to play Dallas with Dallas' defense? They're going to beat Dallas? Absolutely
Yes.
not. No way. The Ravens
Yes,
might be sus to some people, but I'm going to tell you
They're
right now.
sus.
The Ravens can.
Way too much hype.
The Ravens, honestly, a healthy Ravens, the Dolphins
They
will
don't
not
have
beat
a
them.
there's no healthy Ravens doesn't exist. They don't have a healthy Ravens. Odell Beckham's out. Bateman's out. Their number one receiver, Zay Flowers,
But they're
a
not
rookie.
going to be out all year, and if they get healthy by
Dobbins
the time
is
they play
done.
Miami, they're not going to beat them. And then Kansas City, Tua's not beating Patrick Mahomes. Not happening. I don't care. Patrick Mahomes does not have the team that he traditionally has. No Tyreek. They're not beating them. In my opinion, the Dolphins got exposed for who they really are, and they get a little overhyped and a little overconfident and way too cocky. The Dolphins are not winning that division. I'm telling you that right here, going into week 5, Buffalo wins that division, hands down, period. Book it, stamp it. Miami gets a wild card. And Miami will only get a wild card because the AFC is not really that loaded, especially the teams that we thought that were going to do more than what they did, that they are doing, like the Cincinnati Bengals. Miami can sneak into that wild card spot, but it'll be another first-round exit. They're not a Super Bowl team after what I saw.
Right.
They're just not. Even if you think that they lose to the Bills, there's no excuse to lose by 28 points, period.
Yeah, I disagree because I think divisional games against good teams on the road is something that you have to just like account for, right? No team goes undefeated, right? Except for the
Eagles.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
That was.
We're talking about season. Wait, okay, you say that. Didn't Washington, what was that Washington-Philly game? That was in Philly? It was in Philly.
It was in Philly, yes.
It was in Philly, right?
Yes.
So divisional games, like you just said, could be something like that, a blowout or whatever. Washington just played Philly. Philly only won by 3 points.
Right.
Philly let Washington tie the game with 2 seconds left.
Right.
2 seconds left. They're up by a touchdown, and they let them score a touchdown.
Right. Divisional
so
games.
Division games are traditionally tight.
So
games, tight
so
games.
I have a Survivor with my mom. Shout out, Mom. I love you. We have a Survivor series, and she wanted to pick the Eagles, and I said no. And I said no because, one, you got to pay attention to what's going on, right? Washington was our only loss, Eagles, only loss. I don't have an Eagles hat on. I pointed at it. I thought I always do. It's different. Signed icon. Repping. They were only lost last year while Jalen Hurts started, right?
Okay.
They play us tough every time, right? And it just is what it is. Like, you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't, like, struggling here. You can't just take away for, like, tough battles for a team that has your number. They play you tough no matter what. It just is what it is, man. You got to accept that. You fight through it, and you fucking do whatever you got to do to get the W,
They play tough.
Right. And the Bills and the Dolphins play tough versus each other all the time.
Dolphins didn't play tough against the Bills this past Sunday.
That
was the game of the week. That was a highlight game. And the Dolphins, even though it wasn't a prime time, Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night game, that was the prime game of the week. And the Dolphins got exposed by 28 points.
But watch when it wasn't a 28-point
It was a 28-point loss.
game.
They lost
That's what they
48
ended
to
up.
20.
That's what they ended up losing by. But it wasn't a 28-point loss. It was close. They were going back and forth, and then the Bills pulled away at the end.
At the end, the Dolphins didn't put up no points in the second quarter. I mean, the second half. I mean, let me just pull up. Let me pull up this score. Let me pull up the box score. So going into halftime.
Listen, Dolphins fans,
All right.
if you're not subscribing,
this.
you better fucking help me out
Listen
here.
to this. You said that it was a tight race.
Oh, here we
At
go.
halftime, it was 31-14. There ain't nothing tight about that. In the second half, Miami put up 6 points, and then Buffalo still put up 17. That was an absolute massacre. You Dolphin fans talking all this shit that you beat Denver. You're impressed and excited. You put up a 70-piece against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos? Are you kidding me? You guys are excited that you went. New England just got murdered by Dallas, and you guys are like, "Oh, we beat New England," as if Tom Brady's playing. And then the Chargers game, you left 2 minutes with Justin Herbert. He just messed up on the 2-minute drill, and you only beat them by 3. I am not sold on the Dolphins. I know I gave some kudos to them over the last couple weeks because of the performances by Tua and Hill and the company and the points that they were putting up. But when you really pull back the layers and you pull back that banana peel, I'm telling you right now, the Dolphins are way, way, way overhyped. Way overhyped.
And you're already jumping off the ship. You were nice, and now
I was being nice because
jumping off the ship.
I was being nice because
Titanic.
I was being
Jack!
nice. No, I was being nice because it was impressive.
I need you, Jack.
It was impressive of them
Holy
putting up
moly.
points like that and then started out 3-0. But when you really think about it, after seeing this loss and you go back to those previous 3 weeks, I think to myself, I'm like, how can I give these fools kudos when I look at the teams they played?
3-1. How could you give them kudos?
3-1. Listen,
the
bro.
New York Giants is why you could give them kudos because it's hard to win in the NFL, and the Giants suck.
Listen, the Giants do suck. I am miserable.
You're
I
getting
am miserable.
roasted on social media
Hey,
about
listen,
the Giants and the Dolphins.
I woke up this morning and I had 77 unread text messages. My Facebook might have
Jesus,
had.
no wonder why you don't respond to me.
Yeah, my Facebook
I gotta
had.
fucking stop texting you, bro.
My Facebook had maybe 27 notifications. My Instagram probably had 17. I was getting bombarded.
We don't even get that many watchers. What's going on?
I was getting.
Tell them all, subscribe, watch the podcast.
I was getting bombarded, and it's so disgusting. It's embarrassing. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I fell asleep midway through the third quarter. I was just disgusted from it. I
gotta be honest, I didn't watch the game at all.
I don't blame you. It wasn't a high-profile game to watch. It wasn't an exciting game. It kind of sucks that we were on prime time and we lost like that. I mean, listen, I'm telling you right now, it's really disgusting. It's just really, 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 really disgusting. Like, listen, my boy Kyle Finch, I got to give a shout out to Kyle. And, he wrote to me, he put on my page, and he was just like, all I could say is poor Pauly Passanti. I don't even want to talk about crap. I don't want to talk crap about his team because I truly feel bad for him. It must really suck. The only gratification I get every sports season is to talk crap about other teams that he wishes he could be a part for or root for. I think at this point it'd be easier to make a change than to keep hoping that one day one of his teams will be mediocre. I'm dying through this whole thing. He's like, I think it's the definition of insanity, but maybe I'm insane. But still watch Pauly's picks because he's not terrible on that on Side Icon YouTube channel. So Kyle, I appreciate you tuning in.
8-4, by the way.
8-4, yeah.
Again, back-to-back week, 8-4.
Yeah.
If you ask for picks and you're 8-4 back-to-back weeks, I'm pretty sure you're excited about it.
Oh, completely. Yeah, and we appreciate you tuning in and watching and showing the support. But it made me laugh because it's like I have that as the picks, but all my teams just can't do anything. So I have nothing to root for besides my picks.
And they want you to come to Miami.
Oh, I'm gonna be at that game on Sunday.
And they want you.
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
With a Dolphins jersey on.
No, with a Giants jersey.
Oh.
And I hope by the grace of God that somehow the Giants pull out a W in Miami. I'm gonna be going ape shit. These people are gonna hate me, and I'm gonna tell you, even if we don't make the playoffs and somehow we beat you guys, you'll never hear the end of it from me the entire year.
I know Hakeem sees the videos on TikTok, the ones where the visitor fans you just get knocked out. Like, could you see that happen to Pauly P this week or what?
Definitely, right? Yeah. Thank God I'm going with a little squad.
Yeah, go with a squad.
Yeah, if
you need me, I'll be there.
I appreciate you. I appreciate that.
Don't get sucker. It's not like they get outworked. They get sucker punched most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Don't get sucker punched. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't like that shit.
I'm always on my P's and Q's, bro. I'm always watching my surroundings. So I'm not getting sucker punched, but I'm glad I'm going with a little squad. I'm actually going to be where they were Dominic, so that should be interesting.
Dom, hold him down, bro. Hold him down. Don't let him get sucker punched because that shit happens sometimes.
Yeah, no.
Dom's
got me.
I hate that. I see that all the time. I saw this most recently one was the Raiders fan got knocked out. And then there was another one where they were holding him down and the dude just fucking start punching. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
Was that the Chargers and Raiders game?
This past weekend, yes.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm like, dude, like, it's sports. It's sports, guys. Come on, man.
Sure.
We're all fans. You talk shit. Like, have a stomach, man. Like you know what I mean? Like, there's no room for that. I mean, anybody at any point in time could get sucker punched.
For sure.
At any point in time, somebody get their ass whooped, and like, there's no room for it. I don't think there's any room for it. We're all going to show some love, and what you're doing is you're making people that are the opposite team not want to come to your stadium. You know what I mean? Last time the Eagles played here, ask Brian Hernandez, shout out Hot Boy. We went for the Eagles game. Maybe it wasn't the last time they were here. It was the time before that. We were young. We were younger. We were probably like 24, 25. And we had a friend that had season tickets, and we were sitting in one of like the early rows, probably 15, 20 rows max, right? And literally all we were doing was cheering for our team. And the people that had season tickets there were like, oh, booing us and shit like that. And we're responding, right? We weren't responding with like anything like that. I'm telling you, 15 sheriffs showed up. 15 sheriffs showed up, walked down, true story, walked down, made us get the fuck out of there. The girl who was season ticket holder was like, they're not doing anything wrong. I'm a Dolphins fan. These are my tickets. They're not doing anything wrong. And they just booted us out of there. Hard paying money, hard paying dollars. And it just, all they had to do was say, they're causing problems. Opposite fans. The NFL needs people of the opposite team to go to these football games, especially in certain places where, like Miami, cold weather fans, right? I will say that. They don't care that much.
They don't have a home. They don't have a true home base. No.
Miami Heat game, they don't show up till halftime, right? Like yeah. Marlins, hello, you can get any ticket you want. $9.95. $9.95.
$2.
The Cuban dude outside is like, yo, $9.95. Marlins tickets. Now they're in the playoffs. People might show up.
I'll give you the bundle package. You park in my front lawn and the tickets.
That's how it is in Tampa. Yeah. You ever been to Tampa game? There's homes right outside the stadium. They're charging for parking. Yeah, they got a great racket over there. It's good. What? Miami same. Yeah. Right? Miami same.
But you got a good point too, and I'm gonna quote one of my favorite movies, A Bronx Tale.
Oh, great movie.
Great movie. Top 5 all day. But and there's one line that he said in there, and it goes back to you talking about fans fighting other opposing fans and getting all worked up for sports. We're supposed to talk shit. We're supposed to enjoy it. And this goes just to, since you brought that up, you Dolphin fans, let's just say, right? If one of you can't pay your mortgage, pay your rent, pay your bills, go to Tyreek Hill and ask him for the money, see what he tells you. And you're worried about getting all riled up and fighting other fans?
That's
like,
the Mickey
come
Mantle,
on.
right?
That was a Mickey
The
Mantle
Mickey
line.
Mantle
Yeah,
quote.
and it's true,
Yeah.
though. It's true. Like, why are you fighting at a game? We're supposed to talk shit. We're guys. This is what guys do. We enjoy it. We look forward all year for football season. You want that camaraderie. You want that back and forth. And it makes things more fun.
fun.
Why do you think that I am the way I am with all these Florida teams? Like, I love rallying people up and like the excitement I get from it and like the interactions, like they're genuine, true interactions and they're just, playful, it's not malicious, but to go there, like you said, there's some stadiums you go that are horrible to go to. Like
We went
horrible.
to
That you got to worry about.
me and
getting
my
into a fight.
family. We went to a Vikings Eagles game in Philly,
That's a Philly fans are the worst.
and my brother and my brother's wife are Vikings fans. Okay, so they wore purple and gold, right? They wore Vikings jersey, and my mom had a choice to make, right? My mom had a choice to make, and I go, Mom, be smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be smart. She chose to
choose
wear
wisely.
the Vikings jersey, right? So we went on the subway there. I don't know if you've ever been to Philly.
No,
Those stadiums
no.
are all right around there. They're all the baseball stadiums here, the football stadiums here. They're all right around there. But you ride a subway into the stadiums. There's like
It's like Yankee Stadium.
right. There's almost no other way in, and it drops you off right directly there, and they're just surrounded by Eagles fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that had
and
to
I'm
be
just
brutal.
like, man, my brother's a badass. Shout out David, but I'm like, he won't back down. You know what I'm saying? He won't back down. There's no stopping him from backing down. And I was like, this is tough. Like I made sure. I'm like, I'm with them. I got my bird shit on. I'm an Eagles fan. And we won. They got their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So on the way back, they got roasted.
Oh, I could imagine.
Roasted.
Yeah.
Stuck on this subway, all in Vikings gear. And I'm like, Mom. My mom was like, 60 at the time or whatever. I'm like, Mom, you made the wrong choice.
I told
know
you
your
wisely.
surroundings, woman.
Yeah.
Know your surroundings.
Read the room.
read the room.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, it's one of the worst places to go.
That's one of the worst places.
It is.
Right?
It really
I mean,
is.
we
They're
went to
brutal.
we went to Giants Stadium. When the Eagles played the Giants on a Christmas Eve, and we didn't have that bad of a time. It wasn't that bad.
You guys
Giants are
talk shit
respectful.
about all these New York
Yeah, the
obnoxious
Giants are
teams.
respectable.
Please,
Yeah.
please,
We're
we're respectful.
Yeah.
We might talk a
It was
little
freezing.
shit, but
Probably because it was freezing. Nobody wants to even do anything there.
Yeah, right.
My
You don't-
nuts were frozen.
oh, bro, yeah, those winters in New York are rough, bro. Really
Woo.
rough.
It's starting to get good around here, though. The weather's starting to get nice around here.
I hope we have a nice cold front.
What's up with this Canada fucking fire? I mean, I walked out of the store.
He didn't chug today.
I didn't check that. I walked out of the store and I walked down the street and I'm like, man, I smell something burning.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
something's burning. And then
Yeah.
the fire alarm in the Strand over here, the building is going off. So I'm like, put two and two together. The building's on fire. I'm worried about my shit. I'm worried about my store. I'm like, I text my friend who's in the building. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, we're just testing the fire alarm. That's the Canada fires that you smell. I'm like, what a coincidence.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy. Yeah, I walk outside too, and I'm
Crazy?
like, bro, is there a fire? Like, I was like, really like, what's
So
going
you smelled
on?
it up in Jupiter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. I was like, what's going on? I thought.
And we
someone
gotta
was
wear.
on
Do we gotta wear masks or what do we gotta do?
fire. The fucking mask.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go down that train.
Only person that needs to wear a mask are these Miami Dolphins for getting masked up by those Buffalo Bills. Masked up.
Still 3-1 though.
I don't give a shit. They're gonna end up like 10-7 or some shit like that.
Not true.
100%.
Disagree.
10-7.
Well, I mean, since you're giving out picks, why don't we just get into Pauly P versus Jesse D picks?
Let's go. Let's go.
4-2 for the back-to-back weeks. That's pretty impressive. And we got to get this. We got to break the tie here, man.
I know.
Come on.
We gotta see
I hope
who
you
wins
lose. I hope you lose.
Hope you lose.
4-2 back-to-back weeks. Pretty impressive, guys. Follow, like, subscribe. Check out your boys. Like, pay attention, man. We're giving out winners. Actually, I was 7-3 across the board last week with the college picks. UCF, what the fuck?
Oof.
Did you see that? I put out a TikTok, 3-0 college picks. It was 35-7. And I text Hakeem, I'm like, this is my life.
I know. I cannot believe that comeback in the second half.
This is my life.
Wow.
They lost that game. Sorry, guys.
You know, I hope the Giants tank, and I wouldn't even take Caleb Williams. I'd want Shadir. That kid's going to be a beast. That kid's going to be a truth in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
He really, really is.
I called that too, yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Plus 21.5.
Very, very impressive. But guys, listen, yeah, if you're not following, follow, like, and subscribe. 8-4 over the course of 2 weeks. 7-3 with his college picks. Since week 1, 15-5-1. I mean, come on, guys. Like, what are you doing? You're missing out on money. We're giving away free money at this point. We're not even charging for the picks. Do we got to start charging for you guys to start being invested? Come on now.
Maybe we charge, you pay attention more.
Yeah,
we're just giving them away. We're free.
Listen, literally giving them
all
away.
we want is the support.
Just hit that subscribe button.
That's all
We'll
you
keep
gotta do.
giving them.
That's it.
You know, but yeah, listen. Let's go into it. I'm gonna start it off.
Okay, you
All
go
right?
ahead. You go
I'm gonna
ahead.
start it off. All right. So this Sunday, NFL Week 5, Pauly's picks. We're gonna start off with the New England Patriots in a bounce back game at home on the money line.
Oh man.
So we got Pat's money line. We're going Ravens -3, Miami -11,
Oh, all that shit.
San Fran -3.
Ooh.
Texans +3, and we're going with the Miami Dolphins team over 3.5 touchdowns.
Was that 6 picks?
That's 6 picks.
You sure?
Yep.
That was quick math. The Dolphins over 6.5 touchdowns?
No, 3.5. So we
Three
got
and a half, excuse me, sorry.
Pat's money line, Ravens -3.
Total touchdowns 3.5 for the Dolphins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Pat's money line, Ravens -3, Miami -11, San Fran -3, Texans +3, Miami Dolphins team over 3.5 touchdowns for the game.
All right, so we got a few of the same picks here. That's why I was like trying to like change it up, maybe thinking about it. But I'm just gonna go with mine. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So
And
I
we do
have
these separately.
right. So I have the Patriots money line as well. I don't like that we have the same pick on that. Niners -3 as well, right? I have the Titans +1. I have the Broncos -1.5. You like that?
Okay.
I'm gonna sprinkle in a little college. We know what it did to Pauly P, but I don't think it's gonna do the same to me. I like Kansas money line over UCF, and I like Texas -6.5 at home against Oklahoma. Okay. So write that down. I think that the NFL week is a little tough this week. I'm not gonna lie.
It is
I
very
think
tough. It is.
Survivor leagues are gonna be tough this week.
Yeah, I was looking at the slate, and I mean, you got 2 games that teams are 1-3. I mean, Bengals and Cardinals. You got
Bengals. I mean, Bengals was my survivor pick this week, 3 weeks ago, and now the way they're playing, I mean, how can you do it? How can you rely on them? You can't. You don't feel comfortable going into that game. With the Bengals now.
I mean, listen, you got the Bengals and Cardinals both 1-3. You got the Jets and the Broncos both 1-3. You got the Packers and Raiders with no Jimmy G, 2-2 versus a 1-3 team. They're tough games this week. You got the Texans and Falcons both 2-2.
Let me ask you a question.
They're really tough
Let me
games.
ask you a question
They're
about
tough
that.
games.
Why is
games.
Brian Hoyer on the Raiders if they're gonna go pass him by to go to Aiden O'Connell after Garoppolo's done?
I was shocked.
Right?
I was shocked. I thought Brian Hoyer is definitely the better option for that game.
I didn't understand that. Like, why is he on the team then? The guy's old. Just get him out.
Yeah.
Get him out. Hoyer, you're gone.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
know.
O'Connell didn't look great either.
Hey,
but
bring him to the Giants. Let's just see how he runs in that offense. But yeah,
Bring him to the Jets.
Yeah, right. I mean,
all right, running back. Just a quick run back.
All right. Quick overview again. All right, Pauly's picks: Pat's money line, Ravens -3, Miami -11, San Fran -3, Texans +3. Miami Dolphins team touchdowns over 3.5.
All right, and Jesse's picks is Titans +1, Broncos -1.5, Niners -3, Kansas money line, Patriots money line, and Texas Longhorns -6.5 over Oklahoma at home.
Not bad. We only have 2 of the same picks.
Yeah,
Niners
only
and Patriots.
Yeah,
So,
only 2. Niners and Patriots.
I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Well, let's see if we tie or if somebody finally wins between us.
keep running the train. That sounded bad. Keep the train rolling is what he meant.
Yeah.
Keep the train. Yes. Yeah. Keep the train rolling.
Yes, yes, yes! You know what train I'm riding? The Philadelphia Phillies, baby! The Philadelphia Phillies to knock out the Miami Marlins because all you Miami fans are excited that you made the wild card? Are you kidding me? That Miami Marlins, you guys are all hyped up about the Marlins in the playoffs just to get another first-round exit like the Florida teams always do. Dolphins did it last year. Yeah, the Heat might have made it to the finals, but did they close? No, they didn't close for the second time in 5 years. Last time the Lakers. So right now, the Philadelphia Phillies are going to smack the Miami Marlins. Smack them. 2-0, 3-game series to the Phillies. And Miami, goodbye.
Why you have to start like that? See, why you had to bring the Heat into it? I'm not a Marlins fan. I'm a Heat fan. Speaking of Heat, did you see Jimmy Butler? Oh, my God. What is going on with that guy? I mean, it's hilarious, right? It's hilarious. I know he's trolling and stuff, but I think that him banging out Shakira got into his head a little bit. Pop star.
From that press conference, from that day forward, you knew the Miami Heat would never go to the NBA Finals ever again. If that's what you got to do for some publicity, because you guys can't land anybody, it's really, really sad to put on a show like that. I'm sorry, but you guys are falling into the Knicks situation of letting years go by and not bringing anybody in. Do you guys really think you have a chance now against the Bucks with the Dame, and they kept Middleton, and now you guys couldn't even land Drew Holiday, and he went to Boston, and Boston is absolutely loaded now.
Yeah,
it's a wrap, a complete wrap. You guys will not beat the Celtics in a 7-game series in the playoffs, nor will you touch the Bucks. Now it's a time for the Bucks to sweep you guys. You guys are done. I'm sorry. I hope you had your fun, had your hyped up runs, but guess what? You will never see an NBA Finals as long as Boston and the Bucks are loaded.
I think that Boston just killed it. I think I'm not impressed with the Bucks, like what they did. I mean, Chris Middleton is hurt all the fucking time, and Giannis is a beast, don't get me wrong, but Drew Holiday was the catalyst of that team. And, like, for him to go to Boston with Brown and Tatum in that squad
and
is
Porzingis.
I leave him out.
He had his best years in Washington. He really started going on the uprise.
Yeah, but he just can't stay healthy. So it's like, but regardless of all of that, the Celtics are a problem, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the Celtics got better than the Bucks got better, and it was a bad trade. The Bucks tried to ship Drew Holiday out to the West Coast, out to the other conference, so they didn't have to deal with him. Well, guess what? They got to deal with him now, and that's a problem. Like the Celtics, to me, if they could just figure out, like Tatum and Brown need to figure out how to coexist, right? They have to figure out how to coexist because they both want to start him, and they both deserve to start him. Like, there's no denying that. But now, Drew Holiday is a stud point guard that's going to keep them all together. That defense is going to be crazy. And as a Heat fan, I'm, like, hurt to the bone, to the core, that we didn't go harder at these guys. They just didn't want. It just goes to show you Pat Riley's on his last leg, man. It's time. Pat Riley, get out!
Time to go, Pat.
Get out!
You ain't the Don no more.
You overpaid. You overpaid these white boys. I'm sorry.
You ain't the Don no
more. You overpaid them.
Like,
nobody wants them.
Yeah, nobody.
It's time.
It's time, man. It's time. Listen, the Heat will not beat the Bucks or the Celtics. In my opinion, see, the Bucks are the number one team in the East, and that's because they got to keep Middleton. They still got Brook Lopez. They still got a deep bench. And
Brook Lopez is getting old.
Yeah, but they got a deeper bench than Boston. And to be honest with you,
disagree.
Just my opinion. But
side bet.
Okay, side bet.
Celtics end up better than the Bucks. Side bet. What are we betting?
I'll take the Bucks.
You gonna take that?
I'll take the Bucks. You want to do a friendly hundo?
Little hundo.
A little hundo? Okay.
Little hundo on it.
I'll take the Bucks.
All right.
I'll take the Bucks to finish better than the Celtics.
I like it.
But I'll tell you this. Mark my words. The New York Knickerbockers are going to finish better than the Miami Heat. Just like they did last year. Just like we went into your house in the regular season, and we have the regular season record 3-1. I know you guys beat us in the playoffs, but I'm going to tell you right now, we will finish better than Miami Heat. And like I said, the Knicks will win an NBA championship before the Miami Heat win their next one.
No chance.
I don't know when it's going to happen.
No chance. You guys,
it'll happen.
The Knicks
It'll
fans,
happen.
they get on Julius Randle so much, which drives me crazy because before Julius Randle got there, you guys were trash. Okay, he is a good NBA player, and all you guys do as New Yorkers and Knicks fans, they just like expect so much from these players, and it's like Julius Randle showed up for you guys.
Not in the playoffs.
Showed up.
Not in the playoffs.
Well, you know what? It's hard to win in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, but you can't ball out in the regular season, dropping crazy numbers, hitting game-winner shots, and then come flatline in the playoffs. You just can't, especially if you're a high caliber and you're considered a superstar or an all-star. That is completely unacceptable. Is he reliable? Yes. Does he stay healthy? Yes. I give him all those things. Can he ball it in the regular season? Yes. But when it comes to the playoffs,
What about
Julius
that
Randle
turnaround
freezes up.
three that he hit to win the game? Like, everybody forgets about that, right?
I don't forget about that stuff. I'm saying regular season, yes, but playoffs, he's not consistent enough for the playoffs. He's just not. And
What about R.J. Barrett? What was he, the third overall pick?
Yeah.
Was he the third overall
Hey,
pick?
but-
And he gets a slide every time? Why is that?
I'd rather have him as our third overall pick than Zion that can't even see the court.
Oh,
or
Zion's
that
coming back this year,
or,
dog.
Or Ja.
Zion is
or
coming
Ja
back. Have you seen
that
how
is
jacked?
flexing guns and shit, and you're $100 million there? What are you doing, Ja? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Come on, man.
We have
so
a question.
out of the three in that class of Ja, Randall, and Zion,
Zion.
I'm not saying who I would
I want
have, but I'm
Zion.
saying who has been the most consistent.
He's shredded.
Who has been the most consistent is RJ Barrett.
He's not even like the third best on your team.
He's still the most. He's the least problematic and the most consistent out of those three. He's around all year. He's available all year. Zion hasn't seen a quarter of a season.
That's because
on the
Zion
floor.
doesn't want to play.
And Josh putting his team in situations to where they can't afford for him to be out.
John's got a lot of stress on his back, man. He's holding that team down, bringing that team to the #1 record in
That's
the.
what you get for hanging out with NLE Choppa. That's what you get for that shit.
Well,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
got a reputation to withhold.
And listen, he could be around guys like that, but there are a lot of guys like that in that industry who are smart with their
Let me
money,
tell you something.
smart with
If he
investments.
doesn't
you can't hang
change-
around that shit. You just can't. It's like when you get out of the hood to make the bag. You know, you got to separate some people. Some people are going to bring you down. Look at Aaron Hernandez. He still kept with those people. He still kept with those people from back home.
We're bringing up Aaron. John is not a mass murderer.
No, I'm not saying
like
that.
he's not a serial
But
killer.
he could be on his way to that. Like, there's no reason that you need
Nah.
to be flexing guns and
No,
clubs
he
or on
can't.
IG.
John's not pulling the trigger.
Listen,
He's never pulling the trigger, man.
Listen, I was shocked when that Aaron Hernandez stuff went down.
Oh, of course.
I was completely shocked.
He's from Connecticut, from where I played versus his team.
I mean, shocker. Listen,
Not him personally. We were a different age, but I know where he grew up. I know where he went to school.
Listen, guys that get out of the hood or out of the projects and they have this raw talent and they want to support their families and give back to them, and you make it. That should be enough to say, like, I made it. Like, I didn't fall into that statistic to get involved with those kind of things. And when you're going backwards and you're getting involved with those kind of things, do you really appreciate
But that's people that
do you really
weren't-
appreciate the God-given talent?
But
Do you really
that's-
appreciate the bag? You're getting easily influenced by
See,
people that
I
want
dis-
to bring you down.
But I disagree because I think those are people that weren't in that situation. I think Ja wasn't in that situation, right? We had my real name is Clarence, right? Like all those memes and shit like that.
Parents got a real good
Good
marriage.
parents, right? But
I'm
he's
the one
not.
that doesn't know lines. I know lines. I just forgot that Biggie line. All right. If I know that 8 Mile line, that's old
Right.
school. I know that.
But I don't think he was in the hood. You know, I don't think he grew up in the
No,
projects
no.
of the hood. So he is reverting back to that. I know where Aaron Hernandez grew up, and Hartford, East Hartford, Bristol. Where'd he go? Bristol.
Yeah.
That's the hood.
Yeah.
That is the hood. People don't know a lot about Connecticut. They always think about Greenwich and New Haven, Yale, and shit like that. No. Connecticut has some of the worst hoods in the world. I promise you that. And you agree or no? Hakeem, I don't know what you're doing. Did you shake your head?
Yeah, but you don't have to be from the hood to get easily influenced or to put yourself in that surrounding. What I'm saying is he might not have been from the hood, but if he hangs out in the hood, you could easily be influenced by the hood. And they have a bigger influence too, because like a lot of the guys that are from there, you know, they feel like protected. So now they feel like they got to take care of everybody. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is don't try to be something you're not. Like you
But
said,
who's to say that he's not that? right? Like, who's to say that he doesn't feel that way? Does
Well,
he?
you just said that he's not a mass
But-
murderer. He's not going to pull the
I
trigger.
don't think he's a mass murderer.
But
I would
he's
hope
not gonna
not.
pull the trigger, right? But I'm saying is, and this is what's
So-
wrong with the social media these days, is people portray themselves as
Right.
people they're not.
But you
just for
compared him
clout.
to Aaron Hernandez, and I think that's completely opposite. I think Aaron Hernandez, first of all, shout out to the documentary on CTE and Will Smith. I think that's a real thing, right? That causes more, like Junior Seau. Like what happened to Junior
my
Seau, like that
goodness. Oh,
CTE
jeez.
is some serious shit.
Yeah.
And that needs to be addressed more. And like I love
very
I
sad.
love football. I love football. It's my number one favorite sport to watch. I love it. But
Same.
but if they went to like, I don't know, say flag football or some shit like that, like would you be mad about it? Like
yeah, I would.
you'd
I
hate
would.
it, but
it wouldn't
but for
be the
these
same.
guys' health, like it's true. But my bell got rang so many times. It starts at such a young age that people don't realize it. You know what I mean? Like when I was playing tackle football at Pop Warner in high school and shit like that, and up in Connecticut, and it's frozen outside and it's 30 degrees, and my head hits the ground because I'm in 8th grade and a sophomore bangs me up, and I'm like, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like you just get up and you keep moving, but you don't realize like actually what that could be, the toll that it could take on you. You know what I mean? You don't realize that at the time. And I know it sucks, right? We don't want to say that. We don't want, and we're trying to find the best possible ways to make this sport like healthy. But there's no way.
I mean,
There's
did you
no
see-
way.
Did you see what they were going to implement? It was a couple weeks ago. They showed it in a practice. They have those new things that go on top of the helmet.
Yeah, this huge giant mushroom things.
like Super Mario Brothers.
Just
type
use
shit.
it in a regular game, right?
Yeah, I guess exactly. Yeah, I know it looked goofy and corny, but I think there are ways to alleviate those things or bring them down to a minimum where they could still have contact. Listen, football's a good old American game. You know, you get the pigskin thrown around. Like how many? You remember? You grew up north. I grew up in north. How many times did we go around as kids and play tackle football with no pads on?
Play
with
tackle
our
on the
boys?
concrete.
Yeah, you know, it's
Play
that's-
tackle on the concrete.
That is what football's
Tackle on the
about.
sidelines, right?
Yeah.
Get hit. You're running on the street, and then the grass is on the sidelines. You get trucked.
Truck stick. Yeah, but that's what football's about. It's that American pigskin game.
Thanksgiving, you get trucked in the
Yes,
mud.
Yes, that's what football's
tough.
about. It's just there's ways to probably go about it. They just need to, get together and see what ways that they can minimize those things. But if you took the NFL or football in general and you went to a two-hand touch or a flag football, I don't think anybody would really watch. There's no way you could sell tickets for $400,000 or $500,000 tickets. There's no way possible.
No.
So the whole market of football would take a complete dive to where you might as well just be in comparison to the XFL, the AFL, all that stuff. I mean, to the point of
Don't disrespect the Rock ever.
no. But
Come
I'm
on,
saying
man.
to the
Don't
point.
disrespect
I'm saying
The
to the
Rock.
point of like
Go,
not getting the
go.
views.
Legend, president. I'm voting Rock for president. Tag him in
I
this
love
shit.
the Rock. I love the Rock.
Tag
but
him in this shit.
I
Rock.
love the Rock, but you're gonna go and you're gonna be that.
Ballers.
That subpar level of those leagues. Like it's cool that they're bringing football all year round, but you don't see anybody in the stands. Like no one's buying tickets to those games.
No,
barely.
there's
Like,
nobody in the
So
stands,
that's what
yeah.
the NFL would go to. I'm saying to the caliber of losing the kind of money.
You know what they need?
can't
They
generate
need
money.
Like the XFL needs Messi. Like if Messi just showed up as like place kicker.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
can you imagine?
Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine?
Like Messi as a place kicker.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be nuts.
That motherfucker would sell out the seats to
Yeah.
see if Messi kick a field goal.
That would be nuts. That'd be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. But speaking of somebody that's been electrifying, I think you called the team in the beginning of the season to win a certain division.
Oh. Huh. Baker!
Yeah.
Baker!
Ooh, that man. I think the Bucks revived his career.
Tell me about it.
I mean, 1,000%.
I know I called it. I know I called it.
You called it. I give that to you. What a surprising, tremendous start for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield being 3-1. 3-1.
Say it again.
Did 3-1?
Say it again.
Did he just need weapons, like legit weapons and a decent defense? Like, is that what he was missing the whole time in his career?
I mean, if you look at it now, right, the Browns are still suffering at the quarterback position. Like, Watson's not playing great.
No.
The defense is phenomenal,
Defense is phenomenal,
right?
Yeah.
And the quarterback position is not playing great. he went to the Rams. He showed signs of life. Signs of life. He's a number 1 pick,
Yeah. I always liked Baker.
right?
Always liked him. Always liked Baker. Always was a big fan.
He's got a good personality. Like he's sassy.
Yep.
We like sassy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then he could fling the rock, man.
Yeah. He has like I said, Tampa has a pretty decent defense.
Yep.
At least probably top 15.
Yep.
You know, and look at the guys he has: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rashad White,
Yep.
Kate Otten.
Yep.
He has the most legit offense he's had since being in the NFL.
Right.
That's the most consistent and can stay the healthiest. And they're 3-1, and that division from
It's
the
for the
public
taking.
is for the taking. But the public was very high on the Saints winning that division. Now, from what you called, is coming into fruition that the Bucs can run away with.
We kind of know what
Division.
we're talking about, guys.
Right.
I'm just saying. Just listen. Pay attention. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Kind of know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I mean,
You feel me?
Yeah, because Carolina's not doing it. The Saints are way too wishy-washy with Carr. I'm surprised they started Carr. I would have loved to see Jameis play against the Bucs.
You know what the problem with the
And
Saints
the
are?
Falcons have no quarterback.
They don't. If they trade for Justin Fields, which I've been hearing a lot of, I could be on board with the Falcons. The Falcons have a lot of talent. They need to get it right.
Desmond Ridder ain't it though.
He's
Definitely
not
not.
it. He's just
It's impressive for them to even be 2-2 with him.
correct. And you know, and Brady Garrett, what's his name? Garrett on the defensive line. The guy's a stud. He's been a stud for years. I hate that they waste his talent. But as far as the Saints are concerned, and I've been saying this for a long time, and like everybody that was on the Saints train this offseason, I understand it. But
Their defense is raw.
until facts, but Marshawn Lattimore is a beast. You got fucking the defensive end. What's his name over there? He's a stud. He's getting older now, but he's a stud. Anyway, the problem I have with that team, and I've had for a very long time, is that they never use Alvin Kamara the right way. I know he just got off suspension, but they always he's your best player, and sometimes he goes without touches. He goes without receptions. He goes like lost. Like they're so fixated on Taysom Hill and shit like that. It's like Alvin Kamara is your best player. Use him. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And they just don't. They don't use him. I for the life of me, I cannot understand. And it went like Sean Payton was the same way, and it stayed with him. Like the new coach, I don't even know the new coach's name, but the same philosophy stayed. And guess what? Baker!
Yeah.
Baker! Mike Evans is pissed. Mike Evans is pissed. Give that man a contract.
Yeah, give him a contract.
Jesus
If
Christ.
only if they plan on keeping Baker and building the franchise around him. Because if they don't, and this Baker thing's only for a year, or if say they miss the playoffs, but they still have a decent record, and they decide to explore options elsewhere, then Mike Evans, go get your bag somewhere else. Because that means that that means that Tampa's not serious in.
But they didn't expect it, right? They didn't expect to have a good year, and that's why. But now Mike Evans is in tune, right? He's ready to go.
Oh, definitely.
He feels it. He feels it. He's like, oh, we're ready. Baker's getting the confidence of the locker room, but
As he should.
But Evans wants to be there.
As
Pay
he
him.
should.
Pay the man.
Let's see. So they got a bye week this week.
They wanted to tank to get a quarterback, and Baker is showing up.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so they're 3-1 right now. They got a bye week for week 5. I'm gonna say the team, whether it's home or away, you're gonna give win-loss, and we're gonna figure out what the prediction of their schedule could end up. And they're
All right, let's
3-1
get it going.
right now, right?
Yep.
So they have Detroit at home.
Loss.
Okay. They have Atlanta at home.
Win.
They go at Buffalo.
Loss.
They go at Texans.
Win.
They play at
CJ
home.
Stroud's a beast, though. Don't get
He
it
is.
twisted.
They play at home against Tennessee.
That's a win.
They go to San Fran.
Loss.
They go to Indy.
Win.
They play Carolina at home.
Win.
They go to Atlanta.
Win.
Go to Green Bay.
Loss.
They play Jacksonville at Jacksonville.
Loss.
Or no, at home.
Oh, at home?
Yeah.
Loss.
Play the Saints at home.
Win.
They go to Carolina and play Carolina.
Win.
So with that being said, that's a prediction of them ending 11-6.
That's
Safe
the
to
playoff.
say
That wins the division.
that's safe to say they win the division. If not, for some reason, and the Saints do, that's at least a wild card, still playoff material.
Right.
So they go to the playoffs.
Right.
They either finish 11-6 or say 10-7, whatever. Right.
Right.
What do you do? Do you invest and buy into Baker and giving him a contract for the next 4 years and then also signing Evans? Or is that not enough to keep Baker or to offer him a contract and then you're going to explore the options and expect Mike Evans
The correct
to stay
answer
around?
is no. Right? You're continuing to look for something better than Baker, right? And unfortunately, that's what Baker has made himself into because of the career he's had. He's gonna be a journeyman, right? He's gonna go to the I could see him on the Jets, right? Shout out Zach Wilson though. I believe in Zach, but what I'm saying is like he could be the next Giants starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that he's gonna always be that journeyman that's gonna start in the NFL like Brad Johnson. You know what I mean? Like somebody like that, like who's respectable, who could get you some dubs. But they don't want to load the franchise behind. Unless, for some reason, he wins 11 games, they go in the playoffs, they make a run, right? If not, you're still looking. But the difference is when you have a quarterback like Baker, there's no more high draft picks.
Right.
Because he's middle of the field. He's middle of the pack. So he's always going to leave you with a chance to win, but a chance to lose. But guess what? You ain't the Carolina Panthers, but the Carolina Panthers have a quarterback, right? So you ain't the Chicago Bears, but the Chicago Bears have a quarterback, right? So these bad teams have quarterbacks. So
Right, it's other things around it.
So
O-lines.
who's getting the top pick this year, right? Who is searching for that top pick this year? You're talking about the New York Giants, maybe.
Hey, listen.
Hey, get that bag,
Listen.
Caleb Williams.
Let me tell you something, though. I think this is
It's time.
I think this is one of the first times, and I'm sure this happened before, but this is one of the first seasons in probably the last 10 years, and I don't know this off the top of my head, but I'm just trying to think of years and years back, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams that either have 0 wins or 1 win. 10.
Oh, it's that bad.
And going into week 5, usually there's maybe one team that has no wins and maybe 2 teams that have 1 win. I can't recall a year, and I'll even go in the last 5 years, and I'd have to look it up and bring it on the next show, that I've seen 10 teams that are all in a position to where they can essentially tank for the number 1 pick. 10!
You think that's by accident? Or you think that's on purpose?
No.
Yes.
On
Caleb Williams looks like a beast.
on purpose, I don't think New England's 1-3 on purpose.
Mac Jones is done.
I don't think the Bengals are 1-3 on purpose.
No.
I
Okay,
don't-
I agree with that.
I don't think the Raiders are 1-3 on purpose.
No.
No, not with signing Jimmy G. No.
Jimmy G.
Listen, I like Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Would you rather have Danny Dimes or Jimmy G?
Jimmy G. Jimmy fucking G. Think about this. He played
Oh
behind.
my God.
Think about this, people.
How bad is that?
Think about this, people. He played behind Tom Brady and have all of that GOAT experience. He went to a Super Bowl with San Francisco and almost won against the Chiefs. Jimmy G is very underrated, and he does not get a lot of credit. He gets a lot of
He's a
scrutiny.
winner. He wins a lot.
He's a winner. He gets a lot of scrutiny
does win
because
a
he
lot.
comes off as a pretty boy, messing around with porn stars, and that's all well and
Nothing
good,
wrong
bro.
with that.
Hey, get it how you get it, my boy. I'm all about that. Do your thing.
Preach.
Do your thing,
Preach.
man. You're living. You're young. You're single. Do your thing, my boy. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Jimmy G is no slouch. I will stand behind Jimmy G. I'm a Jimmy G fan, and I knew that bringing Jimmy G into the Raiders, they should definitely be better than 1-3. Jimmy G knows how to win games. Jimmy G knows the football IQ. Jimmy G has it. Period.
They don't run the football enough.
Period. Well, Josh Jacobs is not having the start of the year as he did last
Well,
year.
McDaniels is a horrible.
I don't
coach
think
in my
McDaniels is a
mind.
good head coach either. No, I
Yeah,
definitely
he's a
don't.
horrible
But I don't see the Raiders as 1-3. I don't see the Vikings as 1-3.
Those are one possession games.
Yeah,
The
those
Vikings
are one possession games.
One possession games.
Definitely not 1-3. Carolina, yeah, 0-4. The Bears, yeah, 0-4. The Giants, yeah, 1-3. They have a shitty O-line. Denver Broncos, yes, 1-3. The Jets without Aaron Rodgers, yes, 1-3. Arizona with no Kyler, yes, 1-3. So half of those teams is not on purpose. Half of those teams, yeah, you could say. I mean, because Arizona, you don't really know what's going on with Kyler. Carolina, rookie QBs usually never have a really outstanding year. The Bears, they're all a mess. Denver, a complete mess. They have no idea what's going on. They're lost. Sean Payton, his legacy's actually going plummeting too, coming in at 1-3. The Jets with no Aaron Rodgers, definitely not. We didn't see that happening. New England, Bill Belichick does not want to be 1-3. That's not on purpose. So yeah, bro. I mean, that was 10 teams. 4 out of 10. Yeah, I could see it on purpose. The other 6, no. The cookie just ain't crumbling in their favor.
Somebody's gonna start though, like across the board. Like they're gonna start tanking.
Oh, yes.
know what I'm saying?
Well, that's either going to be the Giants, the Bears, the Broncos, or the Cardinals. Giants, Bears, Broncos, Cardinals. Those are the 4 teams that one of them are going to start tanking. The Bears are not going to start tanking. They have no reason to. Justin Fields is a good quarterback,
But they don't want him there.
they don't
Simple
want
as
him there.
that.
They don't want him there, but they don't need a tank for that. They could easily trade for him. There's
should
other-
trade him.
There's other systems.
Trade him!
Yes.
Trade him to the Jets.
There's other systems that he could fit in and be like a Baker situation. I always say this.
Baker.
I always say this. Some quarterbacks get drafted to the worst teams for their play style just because that team has the number 1 pick.
I mean, everybody has gotten drafted to the Chicago Bears. Has sucked because their
but
coaching and
I'm
their
trying to think like what quarterbacks.
like,
besides
Trubisky.
yeah, he was a mess. But
But he was drafted.
Jay
what,
Cutler
number-
wasn't bad.
Number 2. What was Trubisky? Number 2. I think it was number 2. Yeah,
let's just
I'm
look that
pretty
up
sure
right now.
Trubisky was drafted number 2 overall, and he Fields reminds me of the pick number 1.
He was the second overall pick.
Second. Yeah, I know what
Trubisky.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, Jay Cutler wasn't a bad quarterback. I don't think so.
Jake the Snake.
I like Jake the Snake. I do like Jake the Snake.
I mean, legend. Legend.
definitely
Social
legend.
media legend. I mean, come on.
Definitely legend.
Of course.
But overall, what I'm saying is that some quarterbacks get put into these systems that just don't fit their style of play, or really doesn't fit the system. But they want them because they think that it's gonna. They think that they
Siri,
bring in
shut
this
up.
quarterback and they're gonna change our system. You're not gonna change a system by one guy unless you change the system itself. Can you?
if you don't have an
imagine-
offensive line, you're done. You're toast.
Oh,
in the
that's
NFL,
for sure.
you're toast.
That's for sure.
Simple as that.
But that's
Like-
for sure. But like, for instance, like I'm gonna listen, and I don't think that any quarterback can make any team. But you think if Patrick Mahomes was on Carolina Panthers, that Carolina Panthers would be 3-1? I don't think so.
I agree.
Do you
I
think
so.
that if he was on the Arizona Cardinals, they'd be 3-1? I don't
Yes.
think so.
Yes.
If he was on the Denver Broncos, would they be 3-1?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I truly don't. I don't.
I
don't think
I
that
do
they-
think all of those. I do think so. I mean, who?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the coach matters. 100%.
matters,
Andy
yeah.
Reid, GOAT.
But that's also what I'm saying too. Those teams don't have good coaching. They don't. The Bears don't have good coaching. The Cardinals don't have good coaching.
The Bears 100% is.
The Carolina Panthers don't have good coaching.
Nah, I disagree.
I don't think any of those teams have
disagree.
good
Frank
coaching.
Wright is a good coach. Frank Wright is a good coach. I think that you can't say that about the Carolina Panthers because they need time. Bryce Young, they drafted him, right? So take them out because Bryce Young could be a good quarterback. We got time, right? The Bears, that's coaching. That's organizational problems.
Big time.
That is Justin Fields is a good quarterback, man. And who cares if you have to run him 30 times a game? Who cares? They do it in Baltimore, right? And they gave him the fucking bag in Baltimore, right? Because he's a running quarterback.
But he's also a league MVP. Justin Fields isn't.
Because he was a running quarterback. What was the stats that year? I mean, he was running out of the field.
Yeah, Justin Fields runs too, and he can't get it
But
done.
they're not doing that anymore. That's my point.
They did it towards the end of last season.
But they're not doing it now.
Okay.
And maybe if they did it now, I mean, he just had 335 yards and 4 touchdowns
First time.
last week.
First time. in his
Because they
career.
changed the
First
playbook.
time.
Let's do something, man. Let's
time.
do something. Let's change the fucking game for this kid.
Yeah, but we can't.
Coaches got to get out of their own way, bro.
Yeah, but we can't compare him yet until Lamar Jackson in the same
Dable!
conversation.
Dable!
Hey, bro, I wouldn't.
Get out of your own way, Dable!
Listen, we find ways to move contracts around the league. I would love for them to bring in a new quarterback, get Danny Dimes out, because the only Dimes that he's dropping is in the fucking dumpster. Get him out of New York.
Horrible.
Get him out.
Like, that guy got paid. It's unbelievable. That guy got paid. That guy got paid $40 million
I don't want to talk about it, man.
a year.
That's just no.
Barkley made him his money, and the man can't get paid. Barkley made him his money, and the man can't get paid.
Man,
It's horrible.
That I'm overviewing and reading. It's just
The
crazy
coach,
to
the
me.
white coach, the white quarterback get paid, and the running back who made them all their money can't get paid. Pay the man.
And that's all we have today on the Sports and Bullshit podcast. I'm Pauly P. That's Jesse D. If you haven't already, please go ahead and check out the YouTube channel, signed icon, like, and subscribe. Show some love. Soon we're going to be going live on TikTok and giving some free giveaways. So please, we appreciate the love and support for those who are. If you're not, like I said, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, signed icon. Until next week, we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.